Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to quite a late night on Saxlingham. We have been very busy again, so we're just getting everything cleaned and put away, and then we can claim our contract. So we did 3 sowing and 1 harvesting in field 18. We were a bit cheeky on that one actually, and we claimed the we dropped the straw, baled it, and sold that as well. So you know, if needs must, and all that jazz. So £192,000 in the bank. Now I think we will pop this one in the shed over here, and then what we'll do is we will sleep, which is probably a good idea at 10:45 at night. There we go. Lights off on that. And then in the morning we will get to liming what was our green bean field, and then we'll get that ploughed and we can start some drilling. So I shall see you in the morning. So it's the next morning and we've had a fair few hours of rain, to be fair. I will be honest, I had done some of the liming off camera, just because we've all seen that before, and I wanted to get a little bit of a head start on things. So, yeah, that is why the headlands-ish and one of the up and down passes has been done already. So what we're going to do is we are going to get this done. We will grab the Dondi, remember the name, go me, and we'll get the ploughing done, and then time permitting we shall then get it cultivated and then drilled. So it's going to be a relatively lengthy process. What I might do is set the drilling going in one of the other fields whilst we sort of wait, you know, while we do our bit. Let's put it that way. I think that is going to be a good idea. So we'll finish up here. I'll set the drill off, obviously on a worker, and yeah, then we'll start some ploughing. So as per blooming normal, a lot of time has passed. We have got, let me just put the old cruise control on. So I mulched this field. It was a step that I completely forgot that we should do. We have, as you will see, we've drilled field 12 with oats, and field number 9 is well underway. That's good. So yeah, got the plough out. Obviously we limed before, and we've mulched. So yeah, I mean, this will take us a little while, but hopefully won't be too shabby. Now, I hope this isn't going to get repetitive. The issues that I am facing, and I don't think I'm alone with this one. Hopefully, so the one of the latest sort of AMD driver updates seems to have an issue with the sort of frame rate generation element of it. I've had to disable that. Now we're running around up a boot 60 FPS, but I'm conscious that there might be the odd stutter at times, and that's why I've done a clean install of the driver. I've sort of tried to tweak some of the settings a little bit to keep it relatively balanced, but yeah, it's not as nice as I've got it before, which is mildly annoying because I'd got it nailed. But it's not horrendous. So if you do see the odd stutter, that is why. Now, the other night in game, well, evening / night, IRL, when we were doing the what was it? Was it wheat or barley? I can't remember which harvest it was. We did one, and I'd never noticed before that when you've got the lights on and it's dark, the rotation of the I don't know. Oh, I don't know what to call them. The sort of the fingers on the reel on the combine. That and the lights was just, it was mesmerising. We'll have to, next time round, we'll have to try and run relatively late into the evening one time so you can actually see it. Now, whether that's a setting that I've recently enabled, I'm not too sure, but it looked fantastic. You know, sort of when it was raised up into the sort of path of the lights, it looked really good. And we did just run in the dark, and it was brilliant. It was really, really good. It was so, I guess you'd say, easy to do and work with. You know, it wasn't sort of, where the blinking heck am I going? It was really sort of crisp and clear. I really enjoyed doing it. So yeah, I need to try and remember to show you that at some point. If I'd have thought about it at the time, I should have done a little clip to show you, but one didn't think of that. So need to keep a little bit of an eye on the level of seed within the drill. 42% at the moment, but it's not too bad at all. We got the other field done with about 200 litres left in it, so I'm hoping we are going to be similar and we haven't got to go back and fill up. But, you know, if we do, it's not a big problem. Now, we also have had, let's put the old cruiser's controllers on again. No, not the sheeps, the coos. So we have had a 1, 2, 3 births, I'm thinking, is that right? Yeah. So we've had a bull, and we've got a couple of young uns of the Holsteins, so that's quite cool. Now, I wonder as well if we should get a couple of the new sort of the Highland cows. Now that might be quite interesting to do, just to sort of not experiment with them, because we know what they do. They're beef, they're biff. But yeah, it might be nice to have a few on the farm, so we might do that at some point. But for now, I'm going to crack on. We'll probably get quite a bit of this done, and we'll catch back in a little while. So with the field all ploughed, subsoiled, whatever you want to call it, cultivated, we are getting the oats in the ground. So in the off camera, behind the scenes, however you want to term it, we have, let's just put cruise control on, we have rolled field 9, and we have got the John Deere on the roller in field 12, and it's doing a very interesting job of it. But nevertheless, it's fine. So the plan, you'll notice the time has been slowed down. I would quite like to get this done in this game day. Now, reason for that is, let's just navigate around the corner. There we go. Is the corn, the maize. We could do with getting that chopped tomorrow, I think. Most of it. I did ask the question on Discord. You know, when in real life would you chop it? And it was kind of a, well, when it's ready. And you know, moisture and the kernel size and quality. Obviously, we can't do anything about that really in game. So let's just have a quick butcher's. So yeah, it's going to be ready to harvest in October, which means it will go brown. But yeah, so the plan is to try and do most of it tomorrow. Which could be interesting. Now, I was hoping that I would have had some time to recreate, copy the save and do a bit of testing to see which is the best method to use, be it course play, an auto drive, or an in-game worker. But I haven't. I was struggling to get the rolling done. And yeah, so we're kind of be not doing it blind, but I think we're going to try the in-game workers. I think. I do want to check that we've got a long-ish pipe on the chopper, because that will help. Just for throw distance, really. And we'll have a look at that before we start anything. Are we going to get that bit? Yes, we are. But first we've got to get this done. I was looking at using the Bunning silage trailers, but they're a slightly lower capacity to the ones we've already got, so we'll stick the big sides on those. But yeah, that is tomorrow's job, so we could do with making sure we don't miss any bits in the corners. We don't need to worry about getting this rolled today. We are on 3-day months, aren't we? Pretty sure we are. I'm pretty sure we is. Settings, no. Yeah, 3 days bargain. Okay, lovely. Go, thank you. So yeah, so that is the plan. We will be chopping some maize. How successfully that goes remains to be seen. Well, with 1 and a bit passes left to go, who spotted the, I was going to say deliberate mistake, but it wasn't deliberate. Yeah, I haven't put tram lines in. Oh, I completely forgot. I think it wasn't until I sort of was in here looking at the worker going on field 12, and I was like, oh, pants. But never mind. We'll get in and do the spraying that we need to do before we destroy anything. Let's role play it that way, shall we? I mean, this hasn't taken long at all. I'm just trying to look. Where are we now? 15 minutes-ish. So, yeah, that's been good fun. I've quite enjoyed it. So, we are going to get this done. We will leave the John Deere. I'm just checking its diesel level, 16%. Not sure why the cart is showing. That's a little bit odd. I did clean the... it was the JCB and the cultivator, and I did sort of, because you can get in them now effectively, I did enter that rather than the JCB. So whether it's just, I don't know, it doesn't matter, does it really? If we run out of juice on the jet wash, it's not going to be the end of the world, because we can't. So yeah, we'll leave the John Deere running. So that'll get that done. We'll move it over to here. It can roll this at its own leisure, and we will get set up for chopping maize. Now, I did have a quick look in the sales for a header, the forage harvester. Unfortunately, there isn't one on sale, but there it is. I go back in. There is one of these now, the old Viper sort of Taylor attachments. I think this is by Ross N Mods, I think. Pretty sure. So we're probably going to grab one of those. I'm just looking to see if there's a wheel loader of sorts. No. Because we're going to want something to tidy the clamp up. And I don't think the JCB, the telehandler, is going to be man enough to do that. So let's do that. So we'll have a look at that. We'll probably just lease one, I think. Yeah, because we're not going to necessarily need it after we've done the work in the pit, in the clamp. So, right, let's sort some beacons on. We don't need all of the lights on now. No, wrong button. Let's just go for the headlights. Right. So I shall get set up. We will sleep, double check on the cows, and then, yeah, crack on with making some more silage. We are underway, eventually, with the old silagen. Now, there we go, we're full. Okay, that's good. Right, so, money has tanked, basically. We have... What did we do? We hire purchased the... what's it called? Header. So it was 127 grand, and I can't afford that. And we've hire purchased that over a couple of years, I think. We have also purchased this. Aha. So this is a mod, and I'm shocking for knowing who it's by, but we own it. It's only 130 horsepower, but it has the Viper on the front of it, and hopefully we will be alright with that. So let's get the first load tipped. Now we do just have it on base game GPSs, which I think is going to be fine. I've gone for this bunker because it's the closest. So let's give this a whirl. Let's back up a touch first and Control I. There we go. Nice, and try and keep it neat as we tip. But yeah, goodness knows how much we are going to get. And what we'll do is we'll do a bit of flatten the ring as we go. So it shouldn't be too much of a heinous job when we come to compact it. But yeah, that's how far we got. Yeah, woo. I'll goodness knows how long this is going to take. I should really sort of, it's what, okay, I've got the time we started, and yeah, let's push on. I mean, this first heading's going to be a little bit tricky just because of the trees and bushes and whatnot, but after that we should be absolutely golden. I've lost count of how many loads we have done. We have had to employ a slightly different tactic on the clamp, as the JCB that we purchased wouldn't do what I wanted it to do, in the sense that Courseplay has the silo mode, and it would not, it would unload a silo, which is, never seen that done or used it myself. So what we have done is we have put the joules back on the class, and we've set that working, and it is doing a rather good job, and it's playing ball, in the sense that every time I have approached with the tractor under the trailer, it has stopped what it's doing and not got in my way. So I can't knock that, to be fair. It's it's going all right. Hey, we've got, what have we got at the minute? We've got, am I out the bunker now? 300,000 litres, which is we haven't even finished 2 headlands yet. So that's what, 10 loads. Sorry, Mr. Worker. There we go. Yeah, so 10 loads. Not bad at all. Really, didn't want the lights on. I wanted to turn the beacons off. There we go. Perfect. Right, I'm going to crack on. I'll see you very shortly. Well, for the observant among you, you will notice I have got a different trailer. Nothing against the Bailey ones. However, they have really narrow tyres, which, when on the clamp, I was struggling with. So we have leased this bad boy Bunning. It's maybe 2,000 litres less per load, but I'm not really noticing it, to be fair. Let's get cruise control on. And yeah, the wide tyres on the back are certainly helping things. We are, let's just show you, I'd say halfway would probably be a reasonable estimate with the headlands that we've done. We've got so much chaff. So much. It's, I think we're over. We'll go and double check shortly because we're going to be full now. I'm pretty sure we were over 800,000 litres, which is frankly ridiculous. To the point where we will have to use other clamp, I reckon, because, well, you'll see once we get there. She's a heavy little thing. Yeah, let's just pop the old beacons on. Not that we need to, because the worker picks us up quite nicely, but you'll see how much is in the clamp and also how much is out the front. Oopsie. But it's, yeah, I'm kind of blown away, really. I was expecting a lot, but, yeah, so we are at 811,000, 89% compacted, so the worker is doing a great job. Only got stuck a couple of times. Let's try and get that right up to the back. Get that filled in a bit there. There we go, lovely. Let it roll back down. Yeah, there is going to be some serious cleanup needed, but we'll get to that. I mean, whether we finish this in this episode, I have no idea. I need to look how much footage I've got recorded and what the length we're at now, because yeah, this is it's taking some time. I think the plan for the next field, we will try auto drive and course play, just because then we can use 2 trailers. I'll drive one probably, and yeah, let auto drive and course play work the rest out. I think it's probably going to be a decent plan. It's too late to do that now, so we are in in for the long haul, to be fair, but you know, it's going well. There's been no hiccups. The worker on the clamp is doing brilliantly, to be fair. I could have put a leveler on the front, but didn't really see much point. We're going to need to tidy it up at the front anyway. So yeah, we're doing all right. We are filling up so quickly each time. It's frankly, it's ridiculous. But yeah, hindsight, probably should have gone with auto drive and course play, but you know, hindsight is a fantastic thing. But we're doing all right. We are doing all right. So I should do a little bit more, and I'll come back to you when we made a little bit more progress. I think I have swapped out the New Holland for the fast track. Now we are that little bit further away, but we could do with an extra bit of speed. I think we are going to have to halt the harvesting or the chopping for a little while, just because the lamp is starting to get very, very full, and there is a lot to be pushed into the compacting area. That's probably the best way to word it, isn't it? So I think after this run, I'm gonna stop the chopping, and we'll go and have a bit of a tidy up in the front of the clamp, because I think a lot of that will then fill the remainder of the spaces, if that makes some form of logic. And if we have to start in the other clamp, wherever it is, Why is there a load of bales in the sky? What did that run out of? Have we run out of... No, we ran out of diesel then. Oh, has it run out of diesel? No. It has. Oh, bugger. Oh no. Right, well that's kind of, well, actually, probably not a bad thing. So what we'll do is, it makes me laugh how the engine still runs. Right. That'll do for now. Oh, yeah. And then what we can do is we'll have to grab the... go and get the water trailer. Empty that. Oh, what a faff. Right, but anyway. Yeah, why is there a load of... Am I... There's bales in the sky. What? Let's just pop flight mode on a second. What are they? Huh? Why are they there? What on earth? That is really, really random. We've got straw in there, so why are they then there? How on earth are we going to get rid of them? Are they actually a thing? Can they be... Can you pick that up? Can I grab that? That is very odd. I have genuinely no idea why they are there. Anyway, that is bizarre. Let's just make sure that's off properly there. Yeah, floating bales on Saxlingham. Very, very random. So yeah, we'll have to get the Forager refueled, which is not a problem really, I suppose. So let's go to the left of the clamp, I think, this time. But yeah, if you look, we've probably got about half out the front of the clamp as to what's in the clamp. That's not right. You know what I mean? Half as much out the clamp as we have in is what I was trying to get at there. There we go. Brute force and power. Love it. You can tell it's getting full because we're starting to sort of get that point where it will switch off tipping like that. So it's at its maximum. Can we get back up there a little bit? Fill that gap in there. Yes. 100 litres left. There we go. Right. So let's engine off on that. Goodness me, I can't work out without them bales. That is odd. Just see something through the through the haze. Right. Let's get you lifted up. And we'll start the... What is going to take blooming ages, I reckon. But it'll be worth it, because we do need... Ooh. We need every little bit. Come on. Probably just blocked in the tractor. No, maybe not. Right. Let's get tidying, I think. So we've got it relatively neat. So what I'm gonna do first actually is drop off the old waiter-rooney there out the way, just so we should then be able to not get stuck, because that will ground out. I think that's what half the problem was before. So 1 point, let's call it 1.25 million litres of chaff, and we still haven't finished the field. So what I'm going to do is get this compacted. We'll close the clamp, and then whatever's left out the front, scrape up, put it in a trailer, transport it to the other clamp. I think is going to be the most sensible option, and probably best use of time, I think. But yeah, that little JCB, where is it, down there, is not too shabby actually. I thought, oh, this is going to struggle, but it actually it did a good job, and it sounds half decent as well. Got quite an old sounding, not powerful, but what would the word be? Just, yeah, I don't know, old school engine. Not too throaty, but a decent sound nonetheless. What are we at? 91%, which is not, it's not taking too long. I don't want to be driving it in and out the clamp if I can help it, because it will just push more out the back or the front there. So I'm going to get this compacted, and I do like how it actually sort of levels it and leaves the tyre tracks. I think that looks properly good. So I'll get this done, and I'll be back with you. Yeah, we'll wrap it up, and we'll wrap it up. Wrap it up, and pay not only the clamp, and probably the episode. So, I don't know why I keep getting weird looking textures, but we are at 100%. 1,243,047. So if we... Yes. Lovely. There's not too much there, to be fair. Right. So I did scoop a little bit more up and chuck it in, but that's not a bad looking clamp at all. So what I'm going to do is I am going to scoop up this lot, chuck it in the bunning trailer. I will finish the field that we're on, and I'll bring you back in next time when we start the other one. Just, yeah, I think we've probably got enough silage now. Right, let's get in here and try and clear up what is left. The old put of the farm master. There we go. Super duper. So, thank you all so much for watching. A little bit different. I don't think I've done a... Ooh, that's taking the ground with it. I don't think I've done a silage effort as big as this since probably... I'm going to say Sax. Is that going to let reach? Ooh, I think we might need a... Yeah. We might need a different loader here. We could be trading this one in. Oh, that's not particularly nice, is it? But yes, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, leave us a like. If you're new, think about subscribing. And I shall catch you all in the next one. Take care.